Manchester City have yet again won another trophy, the FA Cup, and the title treble, is still on. Everyone talks on about how Man City ruined football, but we could say that about Madrid, we could say that about Newcastle potentially. Well, they're not really. Newcastle, probably not, but they do have quite a lot of money. But the way Newcastle have been able to do it this season, they're an extraordinary team. Man City, they're not ruining football, they're just making the Premier League boring. They're not ruining football, there is a difference, they're not ruining football, they're just making the Premier League boring. And we could say that about Real Madrid, we could say that about Bayern. We could say that about any team. You know, there is a difference. Man City are boring, making the Premier League boring, not ruining football. And yeah, obviously I'm not a City fan, but they're not ruining football, they're just making the Premier League boring. And we're going about the Premier League becoming a farmers' league because of Man City winning the league all the time. But have you ever seen a top 7 like this? Man City winning the league, Arsenal second. That hasn't happened in like 7 years. Third, Man United. They haven't been in the Champions League for about a year. Newcastle fourth. When have you ever seen that? Liverpool 5th, Brighton 6th, and Aston Villa 7th. With Brentford and Fulham in 9th and 10th. Tottenham, Brentford and Fulham in 8th, 9th and 10th. What an extraordinary league it is. And for Man City to be winning this many trophies is absolutely ridiculous. Pep's now won his second trophy of the season. He's now won his second trophy of the season. Jack Grealish, the whole time he's been at the club, in 2 seasons he's been at the club, he has won 3 trophies already. The Premier League, and the FA Cup. I won't be surprised if Man City are the first team to do the quadruple next season, because it probably will happen. And if it doesn't, I'll be very shocked, because Man City are the type of team that would do that. Man City are the type of team that would go to Stamford Bridge to play Chelsea when Chelsea have got the best players in the world. You know, maybe Osimhen, Christopher Nkunku, Lionel Messi back when he was 2021, and Man City would still win 3-0 or something like that. That's how crazy that is. They could go to say Stamford Bridge, and that Chelsea team could have Messi when he was like 20, Osimhen, Christopher Nkunku, the best goalkeeper in the world, and Man City would still beat them 3-0. Honestly, no one can beat this Man City team. It's just too good. Just too good. And I think the only reason why they say Man City are ruining football is because Man City are too good. They're not ruining football, they're just too good. And I think, obviously, Manchester is blue tonight. Manchester United, they were really, really bad tonight. What was Erik ten Hag thinking? Subbing Sancho off for Weghorst when you're losing 2-1. I mean, yeah, you were losing anyway. But to sub Sancho off for Weghorst has scored 1 goal all season. Probably one of the worst players to play for Manchester United. and you sub him off for Sancho. And you sub him on, for Sancho. It's absolutely crazy. I don't know what Ten Hag was thinking. Oh yeah, let's sub Weghorst on when we're losing 10-0. 10-0? 2-1. Let's sub Weghorst on for Sancho when we're losing 2-1. Yeah, because Weghorst still help us out. Weghorst still win the game for us. No. They had a few chances towards the end of the game. A vital chance where the ball was kicked over the bar, but there could have been a goal there at 90 minutes. But Man United in that final 10 minutes of the game were really, really good, but they left it too late. And Fred was at fault for both of the Gundogan goals. Obviously, he's not purely to blame. Casemiro, I forgot, was playing in the game today. Rashford, I forgot, was playing. Honestly, I forgot most of that team was playing today. Like, you could stick like a 55-year-old goalkeeper who plays Sunday League in Spain. Hang on, no. You could play a 55... Ortega did have barely anything to do in the game. You could have stuck a 55-year-old goalkeeper who plays non-league football in London, who plays Sunday League football in London, and Man City would have still won the game. I'm not saying Man United were that bad today, but Ortega had barely anything to do the whole game. It was literally De Gea. I mean, none of the shots that any other players took were really on target, but still, Man City could have done. Man United could have done a bit better. It's the FA Cup final, for God's sake. When Liverpool won the FA Cup final, I was really happy about it because it's the FA Cup final. Why wouldn't you be? Carabao Cup, I was a bit like, it's Carabao Cup, innit? Not like it's gonna change it. Not like it's gonna change the whole squad. I was happy to win the Carabao Cup because it was a trophy, but didn't really mean anything. And to win the FA Cup was really quite good because being a Liverpool fan, you get 1 or 2 trophies a season, 1 or 2 trophies every 2 seasons. Like, you know, I think United, they could have scored today. They had plenty of chances, but I think Bruno had a chance at one point where it wasn't a penalty. I think Rashford had a chance at one point. Man United just didn't play well at all today, and I think that was their problem. But to sub, I still can't believe Ten Hag subbed Sancho off for Weghorst. That just doesn't happen. It's an FA Cup final. You might not be playing in an FA Cup final next season, but all that work that Man United have done over the past 5 months, over the past 5-6 months, to just throw it away in the final. Yeah, maybe it would have been a bit different if they'd have played like this in the quarterfinals and they'd have been against, say, Chelsea or Liverpool. But it's the FA Cup final against Man City. You have to play well. And obviously, Man United, last time they won the FA Cup was 2016. But I do have to give praise to Erik Ten Hag this season. He's got Man United in the Champions League, won their first trophy in 6 years, and he's also got them to an FA Cup final. So I have to praise Erik Ten Hag for that. Could he be a new Mourinho? He could win the Champions League with Man City. Maybe not next season, but maybe season after. Man United need to sign some good players, like Osimhen. They were linked with Harry Kane Whether he will sign or not is a different question. But they need to sign some really, really good players. Like Christopher Nkunku, obviously, he's off to Chelsea, so you won't be able to sign him. Osimhen, he's still out there, so there is a chance to sign someone like Victor Osimhen or Harry Kane. So, like, over the pre-season, I think Manchester United need to sign some good players, and they might win the Champions League in a couple of seasons' time. But yeah, Pep and Man City have won the FA Cup again, and Man City just an extraordinary team. Yeah. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do, which means like, subscribe, and turn post notifications on, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.